two moves that look identical. Ribeiro first and then Mokoena later.
Now, Ace, there's a moment in this game that caught my fancy. I just thought to myself, okay, if you're Spio Mahlangu and you apologize like he did for the foul, surely the referee is going to put the yellow card in his pocket and say, Yavana, this guy is the sorriest footballer I've ever seen. He is apologizing. And he still gets a booking.
No, remember that, Thomas, the booking does not come from the referee. The booking comes from the laws of the game. And the laws of the game do not see that apology. It's very sincere.
Hey, sincere, man.
Very sincere. And it comes from an unfortunate situation of a reckless challenge. You know, when those who promulgated the laws spoke about recklessness, they looked at situations like this. And I'm proud of that assistant referee because the actual foul is taken by the assistant referee.
Look at the sorry. Sorry, man. Sorry.
Look, he is apologizing to the player that he fouled. He's apologizing to the referee. He's apologizing to the football gods. But the most unfortunate thing for him is that he can't apologize to the laws of the game. The laws of the game are inanimate. They cannot hear nor see his apology. And what the referee is there to do is to interpret and apply the laws of the game. Correct yellow card, correct caution there. It's a reckless challenge, no intention, no malicious intent at all. Because he's forever looking at the ball. But you know, peripheral vision, he would have seen that the goalkeeper has come out. That's the moment you deactivate their recklessness by considering the fact that there's an opponent here that's coming for the challenge, and you try. I know it's not easy in an athletic moment like that, but what the referee wants to see is an effort to deactivate the recklessness. But when you carry through with a foot up like that, the laws of the game will then force the referee to show a yellow.
The question I need answered here, guys, Mamelodi Sundowns had gone 10 games in a row with victories. How is it that Galaxy stopped
them? It was a bit of a sluggish performance.
They keep picking up a red card. They keep having to finish games with 10 men. Ace, against Mpeni home defenders, that happened here with Matthews being sent off really early in that second half.
Yeah, look, I think it's getting to be too much of a nasty trend. Most of their players are picking up yellows, in most instances unnecessarily so. And we look now at especially the first yellow.
He loses the ball.
You lose the ball,
and then he does a chase up the field to try and fix it, picks up the yellow.
But you are in the middle of the park. The danger that player poses against your team does not warrant that.
And then this is the second
one. This is the second one, perhaps even bordering on a straight red, because there's no intention to play the ball, potential career-ending injury to the player, usage of excessive force, could have gone for a straight red there, but I think the referee opted to regard it as a reckless challenge, showed the yellow, disappointment on the part of the player when the yellow is shown, and then when the red is shown, because that player looked at the incident and thought straight red. So when the yellow comes out, he's disappointed, and then he says, no, it's a second yellow, it amounts to the same thing anyway.
Matthews picks up that first yellow card, 43rd minute of the first half. And then 2 minutes into the second half, so they're 5 minutes apart in real terms to get the red card.
I don't think it's a disciplinary issue yet, but they have to be cognizant of this, not only because of discipline, but also because of the fact that Terence Mashego was playing right back. You know, so although they've got a big squad, they've got quite a long injury list. So players have to be very careful about, you know, going into the second half of the season. You're already starting to put Mashego from left back into right back. You know, so the players must just be wary of that, you know, and really a silly raid from Tashri.
They are there and came to take the big boys out of the tournament. They did that in the Nedbank Cup. Ace, let's take a look at what happened with a penalty in the game. It needs your assessment. Give us your view.
Yeah, let's go straight to that incident. We always look out for opportunities to go educational, look at the position of the referee and that kind of play where the assistant referee then lifts up his flag. But let's look at this moment here. Look at the perfect positioning of the assistant referee there, who sees that at the moment the ball leaves the foot of that player there who's kicking it in, there is no one in an offside position. And then the header initiates phase 2. And when that phase 2 starts, there is a player in an offside position. And during that moment, as the player is infringing on the laws of the game, there is a handball that takes place. Now, that handball that takes place at a moment when the player in an offside position was already moving towards play, interfering with play, and the infringement that took place first is the offside. The fact that there is a handball means that play was already nullified by the infringement of an offside that took place. That is why the referee cannot then say, you're better off having this handball. We've got to punish the infringement that happens first, and that is the offside. Perfect interpretation of the laws of the game there by both the referee and the assistant.
Are playing away from home. So let's keep an eye on that, and we'll continue that conversation. I want to move on here, Ace, because you've been brought into the conversation. A third goal could have come, but it didn't come. And you need to explain why.
Yeah, no, let's go straight to that incident, number 10, because I love it when the referee positions himself nicely. But when an assistant referee inexplicably stands in an area well in front of the offside line, but still has a defender there that gives him some semblance of an offside line, but still decides, I'm going to lift this flag anyway. Despite the fact that I have not seen any offside, I'm going to lift the flag anyway. I'm not here as an apologist of anybody. If it's incorrect, it's incorrect. We can try and look at why you got it incorrect. But in moments like that, the first thing is that as an assistant referee, you must be in line with the second last defender. And you watch the ball as it moves from a teammate. And if there's no offside at that moment,
so
while the ball is in a trajectory, you can't then manufacture an offside.
No excuse.
It's a manufactured offside.
No excuse at all.
No excuse.
Clear, just inexplicable.
You see, that's where we can then apply the term disallowed goal.
Okay. Fawaz Bakadine not allowed to celebrate on that occasion, even though he was on side.
It was caught in that moment.
Yeah.
You know, nobody would have expected that ball to
Hey, what's going on? Okay, so let's now move on to the dessert at the end of the show, because this strike, wow, Gaston Serrino's finish, top shelf. You've got tactics and trends.
Yeah, I've got the tactics and the trends, because the tactics and trends speak about how Chiefs started in midfield and the reason why they start like that in that midfield. As this move rolls, I'm going to spiral Serrino on top of your picture. He's going to go on and score the goal. Now, Kaizer Chiefs progress the ball into the wide area. Now, for me, what is key, I'm spiraling Frosler. He's going to provide the assist. Now, he has got two options to play the ball. He can either play the ball to Tele, who's asking for the ball. Close to him, he has got Lilepo, where he can play Lilepo. Now, look at how Tele is asking for the ball. He has got both hands out to say, Frosler, play me. I'm in a good position. That is the space that Tele has already seen. And now he plays that ball into that space. I'm spiraling Serrino again on that D-line. But for me, it's the scanning that is happening at that moment. Look at that cutback. Now, this is something that Thomas is speaking about. Look at this lightning. When I release it, be aware that it's unstoppable. The goal, Manaka. Look at Tele again in this angle, asking for the ball with both hands to say, Frosler, don't take any other option. Give me the ball. Now, that is the space that Pele has seen. Now, what does that one pass do? It dissects 3 defenders in that moment with that one pass. Now, I'm spiraling Frosler because he also recognizes the same space. And when you play that ball into the bar line, I'm spiraling Serino is the trend that we have seen in the PSL, is the cut back. It's not just a cross. That cut back eliminates 5 players. He cuts that ball back excellently, Frosler. And when Serino connects with that ball, there's no other way or any other language to describe it. The goal, Manakanaka.
Absolutely unbelievable finish there on the half volley from Gus. Top shelf. That's a nominee already when we talk about the best we've seen this season. That is stunning cake. That is amazing. However, we were left standing and looking and thinking, penalty awarded, but what was the infringement here? What did the referee decide was the actual penalty?
You know, when you're presented as a referee with multiple opportunities
Multi-choice.
to take the same, it's like you've paid your premium subscription, so you can choose any
Full bouquet.
Full bouquet. You can choose any channel.
No, fake clippers of honor. Upgrade the package, man.
Fake clipper. Yeah.
So this was a fake clipper moment.
Fake clipper uzofumana ma options ngama options. But let's go to this clip and see what it means to fake clipper. Now that first one slips and falls. First foul, second foul. The referee is there, delays a little bit, chooses which one to blow for, and ultimately she has an opportunity to point at the penalty mark because there's a foul there. The goalkeeper, you know, you've got to give this man
standing on one.
Standing on one, tries, he pushes, he wants to prevent anybody going towards his goal. But in that business of trying, he fouled the first player. Now this one takes the ball away from him and he said, no, I've already fouled the first one. It didn't go to my goals. The referee kept quiet. I'm getting you. And he got the second one and the referee was left with no option but to fake clipper, choose my channel, and the choice is what?
There you go. There's the first option on the buffet of options that were there, the full bouquet for referee Makalima. Easy decision at the end of the day.
Yeah, and Wabali really should have gathered that. He did very well to come off his line, but he should have gathered this, and then I slightly disagree with this one on Modi. I don't think that is a foul, but definitely on Shabalala, he makes sure that he doesn't progress. So good decision from the ref ultimately.
There you go. Penalty awarded. Miguel steps up, slots it away. The skipper taking the responsibility.
I think well taken. He keeps his calmness. That's what captains do. They lead from the front, and a well taken goal takes the game slightly away from Chippa United in that moment.
And then look at how it is here that Modi does have his day. As Kaizer Chiefs put together the passing movements, and Booth, maybe you can explain to me. Madingwana here, he doesn't react to Modi's movement.
No, he doesn't. And what really makes this goal is that little through ball in from Lepo into Chivaviro, and there was a slight deflection, and Chivaviro does very well to get that snapshot off. And a great follow-up from Modi, because again, you're expecting a goalkeeper of Mbabali's quality to gather this here. He shouldn't be spelling that, So good follow-up, sniffing away a possibility, and good goal from Modi. And he seems to be, seems to have that spark again for Chiefs, which is great to see.
So Kaizer Chiefs, in front of their home fans, getting the 3-0 victory against fellow Premiership side Chippa United. They now have drawn against Stellenbosch in the last 8 of the Nedbank Cup, and that is a mouth-watering encounter to look forward to. So much to look forward to when it comes to the Nedbank Cup in that last 8. The draw took place earlier on today, and then these are the fixtures coming up. It's Chiefs, SuperSport United, Galaxy Stellenbosch, City Magesi, Cape Town City Chippa, and then on Wednesday, what a midweek, guys. What game stands out for you there? Either important or just exciting?
I think Mushine Tugral needs to get his team back into winning ways. I think that game I'll be watching closely.